Hey, what's up guys? My name is Joel. Welcome back to our channel. So today I'm going to give you 8 reasons why I believe you should invest in your financial education. So I'm going to start with some statistics. So an article from the Forbes magazine claims that 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. I'm gonna let that sink in for a second. Another article also claimed that 54% of millennials have expressed concerns about paying back their student loans debt. And the reasons why I believe we have these kind of situations, personal opinion because of financial education. So I'm gonna dive in with the first reason why I believe you should invest in your financial education. So here's the first reason. Reason number 1, financial education is an investment in which you can never lose. It is an investment that will pay you for the rest of your life. So the reason being is you can lose money, but you can never lose the financial knowledge that you've gained once you've learned. So a favorite quote from Benjamin Franklin, who, by the way, he's the guy on the $100 bill. And here's what Benjamin Franklin says. He says that if a man empties his purse into his head, no man can take it away from him. An investment in education always pays the best interest. So what does this mean? This means that if you invest in your education today, it is a win-win situation. You can never lose. The only way you can lose is if you decide to stay ignorant. Because guess what? Ignorance costs you money. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the second reason. Reason number 2. Reason number 2 is so that you can be able to read and prepare a financial statement. Basically, a financial statement reveals the state of the health of a person or a company's finances. So basically what I mean by this is just by reading a financial statement, you can tell if a person or a company have been making good or poor financial decisions. And why is this important for you? I believe this is important for you because this can help you, let's say in the process of you trying to get a home mortgage loan. And what I mean by a home mortgage loan is, so let's say that you're trying to get approved for a loan for your house. And let's say also you understand how to prepare a financial statement. So by you understanding to prepare a financial statement, you can prepare a financial statement that shows your income, shows your expenses, and also shows how much money you get to keep. But also shows how much money you get to invest every month, right? And not just that, let's say also on your financial statement, you also have a section that shows your assets and your liabilities. And by assets, let's say if you own like gold chains or like gold bars or anything like that, or gold coin, those are assets. Let's say you have student loans debt, or you also have credit card debts. You can put that in your liability section. So basically, what does this all mean? This means that when you go to the loan officer, you want to have the loan officer to have a clear picture of your finances in as little as 1 to 2 minutes, because this is going to help you. Because if this person looks at your finances and they can see that, oh, this person makes this much money, this person spends this much money, and this person gets to keep this much money. This person is worth this much money, he's in his asset column, and this person also owes this much money in debt. It's easy for you to get approved. And not just easy for you to get approved, it's also easy for the loan officer to tell you what is wrong in your numbers so you can go back and fix it, come back later so you can get approved. And that's why I believe this is also important. It is very important. The second reason to why you should know how to read and prepare a financial statement is also because, let's say if you are an entrepreneur. You are an entrepreneur, you've been working on a project, and you've built up a prototype for a product, right? So then now you go to a venture capitalist because you are stuck and you need more money to be able to do more research and development of your product. So you go to a venture capitalist, someone like me. Let's say I am a venture capitalist. You come to me and then you pitch your idea to me, and I love your idea. Your idea is great and everything. But here's the thing though, it's not just about the idea, because it doesn't matter even if you have $1 million idea. I would want to know if you know your numbers. And what I mean by you knowing your numbers is I would want to know, for example, what are your margins? How much money have you raised so far? How much money from the money that you've raised, how much of that money have you spent? I want you to tell me those numbers. And what I meant by margin earlier is, let's say when you make your product and then you sell, you can make, let's say, $1,000 in profit. So if you make $1,000 in profit and you have a margin of 15%, that means that on your $1,000, after you've paid all the expenses and you've paid your employees and everything, you only get to keep $150. That is your margin of 15%. I want to know that, because if you come to me with your idea, and even if I love it, and you tell me all these things, and then I ask you for these numbers, you don't know them, I'm sorry, I'm not investing in your company. It's just that simple. I'm not investing in your company because I don't know if you are going to be financially responsible, because you don't even know your numbers to start with. Reason number 3, financial education can increase your income potential. So what do I mean by this? So the more your financial intelligence increases, the more money you can potentially earn. They go up proportionally. Well, why do they go up proportionally? Okay, think of it this way. So basically, the more knowledge you gain through mistakes and experimenting, the more you learn how to properly and consistently invest your money, which also means the more you learn how to also minimize your losses, which then translates into you making more money because you gained more experience. You know how to properly invest and consistently invest, and you know how to decrease your losses. You get to keep and make more money. Reason number 4, inflation. So what is inflation? Inflation basically means that the prices of goods and services increases with time. So based on data from the Federal Reserve, which by the way is the central bank of the United States, they claim that on average every year the inflation is 2%. So what does this mean? This means that, let's take an example of you paying $1,000 in rent every month. And let's also say that you have $1,000 today that you decide to not invest and just put it into a saving account. So a year from now, if the inflation is 2%, that means a year from now, that same rent will be $1,020. But here's the thing, you only have $1,000 in your saving account because you haven't been earning any interest. That means you have lost purchasing power. That $1,000 has lost purchasing power because now you cannot fully pay your rent without adding on top of that $1,000 an additional $20. But here's the thing, let's say you understand financial education, and here's what you did. The year prior, you took $1,000 and put that $1,000, let's say you put it into a stock that pays you 8% return annually, which means next year you would have $1,080, but then you will have to pay $1,020 in rent. What does that mean? That means that you, one, maintain your purchasing power because you can afford to pay $1,020, but you also gained purchasing power because now you get to keep $60. Isn't that fabulous? Come on, that's really fabulous. I love it. Now, allow me to say this. If you like this content, please consider subscribing and smashing the like button, and also turn on the notification bell so you can get notified every time we post a new video. And also, please don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Chibind Brothers. So reason number 5, financial education will help you achieve your financial goals. This means that financial education will help you to have a clear picture of how you're going to achieve those goals. This also means that it will help you to budget your expenses and help you to stay disciplined to that budget. This also means that you understand that your desired purchases can be put to the side until you have, and I repeat, you have achieved those goals. The point that I'm trying to make here is that financial education just helps you out to ask the right question, such as, do I really need it? Is it really necessary? And if the answer is no, I just don't spend my money on it, period. Reason number 6, the power of compounding. Here's the thing, a lot of people typically think short term, and they also tend to underestimate what compounding interest can do to their money in 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. So now, let's just say that today you have $10,000 ready to invest, and you decide to invest that money into the stock market. Let's say you pick the S&P 500 index fund. What is the S&P 500? The S&P 500 is an index fund that tracks the performance of the 500 biggest companies listed on the US stock exchange. So on average, the S&P 500 returns about 8%. This means that if you invested that lump sum of $10,000 today and you don't make any monthly contribution to this money whatsoever, with a return of 8% annually, 10 years from now, that money will have grown to about $21,589.25. Now, let's also say that, for example, if you decided to invest $100 every month after that, that means that same $10,000 with the extra contribution of $100 every month after that, 10 years from now, would have grown to almost $39,000. Reason number 7, taxes. Let's be honest, taxes is the number one expenses for Americans. And also, here's what most people don't realize, is that rich people spend before they pay taxes, but everyone else pay taxes and then get to spend. And here's what I mean. Let's say you are an everyday American and you get paid once a month. That means once a month, at the end of the month, when you get paid, you will notice that on your paycheck, taxes have already been withheld from your income. That means you pay taxes and then you get to spend. But here's what the rich do. Let me just take an example of our YouTube channel. Let's say here at Chibind Brothers, me and my brother Rico are running this channel. This channel is considered to be a business. So let's just say that we have a sponsor and a sponsor pays us $1,000 to do a sponsored video. That means on our revenue, we've made $1,000. So let's say that I want to invest some money into some new equipment, such as camera and some lighting, right? So what I can do is I can take $700 out of that $1,000 and pay the new camera and some lighting. At the end of the year, when we have to file our taxes, we will file the taxes with the IRS and let them know that, hey, we made $1,000 in revenue, but we needed some equipment for our channel. And the IRS will be like, okay, this makes sense. They're running a YouTube channel, so they need cameras and lighting and all these things, right? So then we only get taxed on $300. We made $1,000, we spent $700, but we only get taxed on $300. Reason number 8, and this is the last one. This is control. Guys, control is also very important. So here's the thing. There is a famous quote that says, "The rich don't own anything, but they control everything." I will repeat. The quote says, "The rich don't own anything, but they control everything." So what does this mean? This means that financial education will give you control over your finances. Why is it important? This is important because you don't have to trust someone else, a financial advisor, to make sound investments and investment decisions for you. And let's be honest, most financial advisors are brokers, which means they don't have to act in your best interest, but their own. This also means that all the products that they sell you, it doesn't have to be in your best interest as long as they make their money on their fees. And the last thing is, to be honest, no one will ever take care of your money better than yourself. So with that being said, I would like to say thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, smash the like button, turn on the notification bell so you can get notified every time we post a new video. And also don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.